Hello YouTube! It is Pro Digi here back at you with another deck profile. Now today I'm going to go over something that is quite common as of late. You may have seen in another video or an upcoming one something similar to this, but we have what I like to call my HeavyLeomon Fortitude deck. Now this isn't the typical HeavyLeomon deck. This is more of a mixture between playing HeavyLeomon, but also playing around the mechanic of Fortitude. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Of course, as you can see here, I'm going to go with the classic egg that would be good for Heavy Leo, and that is Frymon. When attacking once per turn, if this Digimon has Leomon in its name, draw a card. And our first rookie of the deck is going to be EX5 Leomon. He digivolves from a Frymon for 0. Otherwise, he costs 1 on top of any other egg that is green or black. Otherwise, he has on play, reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with Leomon in its name among them to your hand. Return the rest to the bottom of the deck in any order. He also has on deletion inheritable of de-digivolve 1 of your opponent's Digimon. Then we have Leomon, if I'm saying that name correctly. Pretty much the same thing. It can digivolve off of a green or yellow egg for 1, or if it's digivolving from Frymon, it's 0. On play, search your security stack. You may add 1 card with Leomon in its name to your hand. If you add a card, recover 1. He also has, on deletion, 1 of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2,000 DP for the turn. Then we're going to go into some of the non-traditional Leomon stuff. And that is going to be Hawkmon, who also is from EX5. He has on play, reveal top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 Digimon card with Fortitude among them to your hand, and return the rest to the bottom of the deck in any order. He's also sporting the inheritable of all turns while this Digimon is suspended, it gets plus 1,000 DP. Now, on to our champions. I'm running 4 copies of HeavyLeomon here. Also from EX5. 4 to hard play, 2 to evolve, so nothing too bad there. He has the game mechanic of Fortitude that we got from EX5. When this Digimon with Digivolution cards in it is deleted, play this card without paying the cost. Inheritable is all turns while this Digimon is suspended. It gets plus 1,000 DP. And then we go right back into some of the more traditional Leomon stuff. We have 4 copies of Leomon. Digivolves from an Leomon or Leomon for a cost of 2. Otherwise costs 3 to evolve from a green or black. When attacking, this Digimon may digivolve into a Digimon card with Leomon in its name in your hand, with the Digivolution cost reduced by 1. Inheritable, on deletion, de-digivolve 1 of your opponent's Digimon. Then we have 4 copies of Leomon. It has a rule on it that says this name is also treated as having Leomon. It digivolves from a Leomon for a cost of 2 or Leomon. Otherwise, it also costs 3 to digivolve from a green or yellow rookie, respectively. It has, when attacking, this Digimon may Digivolve into a Digimon card with Leomon in its name in your hand with the Digivolution cost reduced by 1. Inheritable is on deletion. One of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2000 DP. Now we go into our ultimates. I'm running 4 copies of Loader Leomon. He costs 4 to Digivolve on top of any champion that is green or yellow. Otherwise, if it's Digivolving from something that has Leomon in name, it only costs 3. It has Fortitude, as well as on play when Digivolve, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 3000 DP until the end of their turn. The inheritable is opponent's turn. While this Digimon has Leomon in its name, it gets blocker. Next, I'm also running 3 copies of Grap Leomon. Similar situation, he costs 4 Digivolve on top of a regular green or black level 4. But if it has Leomon in the name, it only costs 3. He has Fortitude, as well as the on-play when Digivolving effect of return one of your opponent's Digimon with 4000 DP or less to the bottom of the deck. Inheritable is your turn. While the Digimon has Leomon in its name, it gains Piercing. And then last, because we are trying to go for a little more Fortitude in this deck and more stuff that we can play with various effects, I'm running an additional level 5 ultimate in the form of Garudamon. 7 to hard play, 3 to evolve into, has Fortitude, also has on play, when Digivolving, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon with DP less than or equal to this Digimon's DP. Inheritable is all turns. While this Digimon is suspended, it gets plus 1000 DP. Next, we have our main boss monster here in the form of HeavyLeomon. Now, what he does is he can evolve on top of any level 5 that is black or green for a cost of 5. If evolving from something that's a level 5 with Leomon in name, it only costs 4. He has Fortitude. He also has the when Digivolving on deletion effect of de-Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon, then return one of their Digimon with 6000 DP or less to the opponent's bottom of deck. He also has end of attack once per turn. Return one of your opponent's Digimon with 4000 DP or less to the bottom of the deck. If you did not, unsuspend this Digimon. So when he attacks, you bounce something of the appropriate DP or less. But if not, he will unsuspend and get to swing again, or depending on what inheritables you have underneath him, he could become a blocker. Now, a very common combo to do with him and anything else in this deck that is running this new keyword of Fortitude, which I really hope we will see more of in the future, is that you need to be able to get that effect off more than once. And the way you do this is once it does get deleted and Fortitude plays it, we combine that with option cards that will give it inheritables again. That way, next time it gets deleted, it's going to check itself to see if it has sources. It will see that it does, so that means it comes back into play yet again. But we'll get to that in just a moment. The backup Mega we are running in this deck is going to lean more towards the Fortitude aspect, and that is going to be 2 copies of Marukimon. He digivolves from a green for 4. He has Fortitude. He also has an on-play when digivolving effect of reveal the top card of your deck. If that Digimon is a level 5 or lower Digimon card with Fortitude, play it without paying the cost. Add the rest to hand. So if you play this or digivolve it, and you reveal a Digimon card that is level 5 or lower with Fortitude, play it. If it's anything else, add it to hand. So technically, you're getting 2 card draws from this. One is from when you digivolve into it, and the other one is from its effect. And of course, it does also do that on play as well. So if for some reason you actually hard play this big guy, you would still get to do that. He also has your turn. All your Digimon with Fortitude and no Digivolution cards gain Rush. What this means is that when you're doing the Fortitude mechanic while this guy is out, something with Fortitude and sources dies, Fortitude brings it back. It's going to check while he's out and say, you have no sources, so that means you now gain Rush. Which is great, because that's the only other weakness I can think of when it comes to Fortitude, is not being able to immediately swing with what you just now brought back. So all in all, not a bad play. Next, we're moving on to our option cards. And as I mentioned before, there's a combo you can do with this Fortitude, and that is going to be X Antibody. Now, you could also run the Proto X Antibody from EX5. I have yet to get my hands on a couple copies of that card, but it is an option. Both this and Proto X Antibody is considered to just say X Antibody in name by its rules effects. And both of them are zero-cost options that just allow you to place this card into the sources. So we're going with just this for right now, just because it will give us something to just slide underneath and give him that source. Next, I'm running 2 copies of Final Zubagon Punch. This is great with HeavyLeomon. It also can work with Marukimon. You have plenty of inheritables that can potentially pump up your DP to get you over the threshold that you need. Because to make this deck really work with this card, you have to have something that initially has, with inheritables or other effects, a grand total of at least 13k DP. But what this card does is one of your Digimon gets plus 3000 DP until the end of your opponent's next turn. Then, if that Digimon has 16,000 DP or more, that Digimon gains blocker, it gains reboot, and it gains security attack plus 1. So it'll be able to block, it'll be able to unsuspend after swinging, because during your opponent's unsuspend phase, reboot will activate. And on top of it all, it gives you security attack plus 1. So what is not to love about that? Next, because we are running multiple colors in this deck, I'm throwing in 3 copies of Heaven's Judgment. Now this card says while you have a green Digimon or Tamer in play, you may use this card without meeting its color requirements. Its main effect is activate the effect below. For each color of Digimon you have, activated again. And its effect is one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 6,000 DP. So you play this, you're going to automatically minus 6k, and then you're going to minus 6k again for each color you have. So you have, say, a 2-color Digimon out, and you play this, that's going to be minus 6, minus 6, minus 6. So rather you're blowing up a board or you're killing off something very big. Or both. Security effect is one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 12,000 DP for the turn. Next, on to the Tamers. I am running 2 copies of Izzy and Joe Dual Tamer. His effect is start of your turn. If your opponent has 2 or more Digimon, gain 2 memory. Opponent's turn. When one of your black Digimon is deleted, you may suspend this Tamer to draw a card. And then, I'm also running another Dual Tamer. I'm running Mimi and Joe. Now, this card, you may not get its effects constantly, but it is still going to be a very good card for what it offers. Start of your turn. If you have a suspended Digimon in play, gain a memory. If your opponent has a suspended Digimon in play, gain 1 memory. All turns. When one of your green or blue Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon in battle and survives, you may suspend this Tamer to draw 1 card. Sometimes you are going to swing into your opponent's Digimon just to keep some stuff under control on the board. Not always, but sometimes. When that happens, you'll be able to trigger that secondary effect. But the first effect, ideally, you're constantly going to be tapping and untapping stuff, so is your opponent. Which means there's always going to be something on somebody's field that is suspended. So this will be a great way to give you some extra memory. But that is pretty much it for the deck. It's not your traditional HeavyLeomon because we're trying to go more towards the Fortitude aspect. And I really hope that we can see some more cards with this Fortitude keyword in the near future. And as you may have noticed, some of those cards that do feature the Fortitude usually have a nice inheritable that says that while this Digimon is suspended, you get plus 1,000 DP. I can't help but wonder if maybe that might be a good card later on to combine with another keyword called Alliance. But anyway, that has been it for this deck profile. If you would like to subscribe, comment down below, tell me what you think. Do you run something similar to this? Are you looking forward to some more Fortitude cards? And as always, this has been Pro Digi. See ya.